there's your Wisconsin wine guy, and welcome back again for another wine review. Whoa, that chill is in. We're in winter time. We're coming up to the mountaintop, going through December where all the parties begin to happen, and then it caps off with New Year's Eve, right? So now, you're looking at these two bottles here. Right? You may can read the label says Marsala. I'm going to take you outside the box. But first, if you're new here, I want to welcome you. I do like to call reviews of everyday drinking wines. These are wines you can find wherever you shop for wine, grocery store, liquor store, some wine shops. I select a few bottles, give them a taste, and give you my opinion of what I think about these wines. Just my palate. It's to help guide you to select a wine. Hopefully, we're in agreement. So now, thumbs up. Simple rating system, thumbs up. Now, this is pretty solid wine, very good for everyday drinking. Can't go wrong with this wine. 3/4. If I'm working on a budget or if I wanted to purchase a lot of bottles to serve at a party, or if I'm at a party and I see this wine, I would drink that wine. Halfway. Ooh, something about that wine didn't work with my palate. Doesn't make it a bad wine, but you taste it, let me know, because I'm going to tell you what I thought about the wine. Thumbs down, always an easy one, right? Every now and then is the double thumbs up. A wine of exceptional value that I would buy a few bottles and lay them down and then taste them over time and see how the wine evolves. All right? So now, to what we're doing today, Marsala. Marsala is a wine that is oftentimes misunderstood like ports and sherries. Okay, there's still people today that understand the depth and the different things you can do and enjoy and eat with ports. Most people still doing the dessert thing with ports, or they're doing the blue cheese thing with ports, not realizing it can go beyond that. Then when it comes to sherry, most people think about, you see in grocery store shelves, that cream sherry, or you may see some sweet sherry, but don't realize that there's a range of styles when it comes to sherry. All right, and that being said, fortified wines, that brings us to Marsala. Again, misunderstood. Most of us know Marsala wine from the sweet Marsala right here. One that's used in desserts, or one that's used for a after dinner drink for dessert, sort of like a port, but you can do more with it. Okay, some even use it for cooking, in savory dishes, like the maybe, and this is going to be the dry, or maybe like the chicken Marsala. I've used both dry and sweet Marsala in my chicken Marsala, and I like them both. Okay, I think the sweet gives a little bit more flavor to it, but I like them both. That being said, we're going to be tasting the dry today because most of us are familiar with the sweet Marsala. We're going to be tasting the dry Marsala. This is going to be Cantine, Florio, or Vecchio, Florio Marsala Superior from the Marsala region, Marsala DOC out of Sicily. So it's going to be a Sicilian-made wine. So if you're familiar with Marsala, you know it comes from Sicily. The grapes are going to be Grillo and Catarratto. Grillo is a grape when I have in my store. I wanted to bring my people something different, and Sicilian wines were just coming into my area. So you had Grillo and Nero d'Avola. So the Grillo I introduced to my people who like Sauvignon Blancs, who like Pinot Grigios or Pinot Blanc. They love the Grillo. I still drink Grillo today. I got to do a review on that. I got to find some. Sometimes it's hard to find. But those are two grapes in both the sweet and the dry. This is going to be, this 2017 for the dry, 2019 for the sweet. The dry is aged in 30 months in oak cask, while the sweet is aged in 24 months. Okay? So I'm going to give this an open and give it a taste. As I said, it's oftentimes overlooked. When you see this on the store, or on the shelves in the store, like Marsala, you easily think about dessert, or if you like myself, you think about cooking with it. It's definitely a fantastic cooking wine for sure. All right. I thought I was going to have to use the corkscrew on this, but nice. Ooh, that smells great. So it's fortified with the neutral grape spirit, okay? It's not like, sugar, alcohol, anything like that. So neutral grape spirit, because everything, has to come from its origins, all right? So that's what's happening here. Wow, it's 18% alcohol. This is a 375 size bottle, 18% alcohol. I said it, 2017. And I purchased this 375 at $9.99, maybe between $7 and $9.99. I think I purchased this, the dry, at $7.99 or $8.99. In the sweet someplace else, I got it for $9.99. Well, the range, $7.99, $8.99. So we're going to give this a taste. And then I'm going to try to come up with some dishes I have. Now, take a look at that. That amber color. What does it make you think about? I tell you what it makes me think about. It makes me think about sherries. Okay? So a nice little amber cover. It has a little bit of oxidation, but that's all a part of the process. Just like you're making port, just like you're making sherry. You know, it all contributes to the wine itself. Now, looking at that color, 18% alcohol, and it's dry, you may think, oh my God, that looks kind of sweet. But let's get the nose here. Ah, on the nose, you get a little bit of almond, raisin. Ooh, my word. Subtle caramelization. Wow, that's very nice. And it has an earthy nose to it as well. I'm going to go with mushrooms. And I even go forward to say portobello. Baby portobello. Wow, nice. Nice nose here. I mean, it's amazing. Look at it. It's made from white grapes, but look at the color, amber. Now, two-step process. Even though it's a Marsala, whether it be dry or sweet, whether it be a sherry, whether it be a port, acidity is still important to the wine. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. You get that caramelized sugar, you know, on the taste, nice acidity, very clean tasting. You do pick up a little bit of that dried raisin fruit. I say dried plump raisin fruit. You pick up some of that as well. Very nice. Finishes dry, but has a nice length, nice finish. Very full in the mouth. So, your Wisconsin wine goes and give the Cantine Florio, and they've been around since 1800s doing the same product. I'm going to give this a double thumbs up. This is the dry. I'm sure the sweet's going to be fine too. I'll taste that another day, but this is the dry because we all know the sweet, but when we see the dry Marsala on the shelves, we probably just look over that one. Give it a try. If you can find this brand, try this brand. You know, find a small bottle if you can. But if you can also cook with it, you can also drink it. It's very versatile with different foods, and I'm going to find that out here shortly. So, your Wisconsin Wine Guy saying as always, let your palate be the guide. We got a double thumbs up here for the dry Marsala, and we'll find out what the sweet's going to be like. See you next time. Ciao.